What's cracking with you people? Anansi here and welcome back to Sudeki. In the last one, we did a whole bunch of side missions and found some side items, and I still managed to miss one very important item. So before we jump into the episode proper, we're going to go ahead and grab this item in Shidani mode right near the entrance to the Path of Totems, the Canyon Spirits. Hidden behind this little waterfall. I think I actually pointed out the very first time we came here as Ailish. There was an ego chest that we can only get as Sudeki.
Praise to the gods.
Acquired a cat totem. Now we're not going to turn this one in just yet, and you'll see why. I could do it right now, but you'll see why. At any rate, I'm gonna cut back to Illumina Castle, and we're gonna jump into it proper. Alright, and we are back. Let's go ahead and finally deliver this Shidani crystal like we promised we were going to so long ago. If Queen Liska asks, we were not off gallivanting doing other stuff. Now what you want to do is you want to talk to this guy right here.
Hello, you have returned with the crystal? Installation can commence as soon as you wish, Alco, but I am sure you must be tired from your journey, so why not take some time out for yourselves before we start the work? Tell me when you're ready to get back to the grindstone. Are you ready to begin crystal installation?
So, yes, if you had talked to this guy, you had the chance to say, no, I'm going to do some more stuff first and then come back. But since we did everything we need to take care of, let's go ahead and say yes.
Well, Tal, the sun is setting and I better get back to work. There's much work to be done.
Okay, I'm going to lay low for a while in my room. I'm trying to avoid my father. He was acting such an idiot before I left.
Arlo is a very difficult man, but don't be too hard on him. Blood is thicker than water.
Huh? What are you doing here?
I came to talk. May I come in?
Look, I think you said all you needed to last time we spoke.
I haven't come here to argue.
Come in.
When was this painted?
A few years back. It was my 14th birthday.
I was away, I suppose. Seems a lifetime ago now.
It is. Look, if this is another chance for you to blame his death on me, I'm not interested. I mean, take a good look at that picture. Do you notice anyone missing?
Me?
That's right, you. And you know what? You were missing the day he died, too. The day your 14-year-old son failed to save him. Well, maybe you were right. Maybe I did fail. But at least I was there. Father.
I know. When you didn't return from Shidani Mo, I thought that I had lost another son. The truth is, I'm angry at myself. And just like the bastard I am, I tried to blame you. And that's what I came to say. I did what I have always done. Looked for someone to blame. That's how I drove away your mother. But I don't want to drive you away, too. Tal, I've not been much of a father, but I don't want to lose you.
Wait. Let's have a drink, Dad.
The Queen is very cross with you for leaving the castle. You're to report to the Queen's courtroom first thing this morning and explain your actions, miss.
Ooh, Ailish is in big trouble. By royal command, the Queen wishes to see you in the courtroom immediately. It would be best not to keep her waiting. Yeah, I'm sure she has a lot of things to ask. But first, let's keep her waiting. Because while I went off to get that last cat totem, I gotta level up. And what we're going to do is we're going to boost Ailish's power this time around and get her up just a little bit higher, so she does a little bit more damage. And that's pretty much it. Now let's go ahead and go talk to Creepers. Yeah. So in that last cutscene, Tal and Arlo essentially buried the hatchet. With Arlo, I mean, and you kind of feel it's a little bit too soon for what's going on for the story. Once again, short development time, short writing time. But at the very least, they let us see these two argue a bit before they got to us. So I'm going to let it slide this one time.
A word of advice, Tal. I believe Ailish followed you to the Shidani temple.
Tal and myself were very mindful of her position.
Good. With this machine, I intend to rule Illumina for many years to come. But the princess is my daughter and must be protected from her childish desires. Do I make myself clear?
Perfectly.
Your progress report, Elko.
Ma'am, the Sudeki crystal is in place and the second tower is now fully operational.
Excellent. I want all 4 towers up and running as soon as possible. And for that, we require 2 more crystals. We received information that another large crystal shard has been discovered in Transcentia.
Transcentia?
Yes. A trip home for you, Elko, but don't waste time sightseeing.
Tal and I will collect the Transcendine crystal first thing in the morning. There shouldn't be any problems. I am well known at the university.
Elko has informed me that you followed him to Shidani Mo.
Yes. I thought I might return the courtesy Buki paid upon us by visiting our castle. No member of the royal family has ever visited Shidani Mo before.
You left the castle without my permission and with no regard for your own security?
Look, I'm fine. I'm not a child anymore.
You are irresponsible. When are you going to prove that you are worth your keep, Ailish?
I don't know how to prove my worth to you. Nothing is ever good enough.
Oh, watch your tongue. I have more important things to deal with than your errant behavior. Get out of my sight and take that animal with you.
She is really angry. Why does she not trust you?
Oh, she's just overprotective, I suppose. I need to prove to her that I can look after myself.
Why would you keep a bird and not allow it to fly? She should be proud of the way you helped bring our crystal home.
I promised Elko I wouldn't tell her any details in case he got into more trouble. Maybe you were right, though. She might look at me more sympathetically if I were to give her what she wants. How would you feel about helping me get that crystal from Transcentia?
You want to travel with Tal and Elko?
I can't see Elko agreeing to that. If we were to get there first, however...
We? You want me to come? No one from my tribe has ever gone that far north.
Well, all the more reason to go. Come on, Buki. I could do with your help. Mother will soon forget how angry she is when her prodigal daughter returns with another crystal.
I suppose since I've already given the Shidani crystal over to Elko's machine, I may as well help get another one. I will do this for you, my friend. The gods have brought us together, and nothing can change that. It seems our stars are crossed, Princess.
If we are to get to Transcentia first, we will need to leave the castle and head to the mountains in the north.
And immediately after getting told off for disobeying her mother, she does what? Disobey her mother again. Transcendine Crystal. Board the airship in the Illumina countryside to make your way to Transcentia and collect the Transcendine Crystal. Be sure to follow the road signs to Transcentia. So, yeah. And also, I want to point something out. I like how, Tal and Elko already have this pre-established relationship, right? You can see it in a very early cutscene when Elko is talking to Tal with his wife, Tilly, in art. Gonna go ahead and save here just to be on the safe side. You always want to save. You always want to save. Trust me on this one. But I like how, like, with Elko and Tal, they had this pre-established relationship. Elko helped Tal get settled in when he first came to Illumina Castle. Tal and Ailish kind of had this budding relationship on the way back from New Brightwater, so take that how you will. But I like how after everything that's happened, Buki, like Ailish is not just standing by herself talking to Yimi or Tilly. She's in the front of the castle talking to Buki. We see Buki and her walk off together. And even though Sudeki doesn't have that big a fan following, like I said, this is one of those cult games. If this game released nowadays, even in the state it's in, you would probably see a lot of wish fulfillment fan art involving Ailish and Buki, because literally this entire segment of the game where we are playing as Ailish and Buki has enough fanfic fodder to whet your appetite for a good couple of months. You know what I'm saying? And I know it wasn't intended like that. It's just Buki has a very specific way of talking that's somewhere between tribal and refined. Or Ailish is very much hoity-toity, refined, and all that good stuff. But, you know, I mean, you don't just say your stars are crossed and not expect people to not think a certain kind of way. So, yeah. Now, as the result of us being pretty much being just Buki and Ailish, you're pretty much at a point to where we are down to 2 party members, a ranged combatant and a melee combatant, and we have the 2 healers of the party with us. And I do mean 2 healers that are like specifically they have healing abilities. Ailish has pretty much her basic healing ability and the ability to bring allies back from the dead, or resurrect, if you will. Buki has regen. The only other character with the possibility of having a healing ability is Elko, and that is purely because his skill Cybernetica reverses all negative effects and turns them into positive effects. So if you have a character fighting a poison enemy, if you allow your entire party to get poisoned, Elko can then just put regen on everybody. His last is one of the more broken abilities in the game. So we should be pretty much good to go, like, in terms of, like, party setup, even though this is like a girl power party, you can very easily make the argument that that's pretty much all it is. They are very much like, you really shouldn't have too many problems with this party, provided you have gotten used to the fighting, to the gameplay mechanics, and understand how every character interacts with every character in terms of skill abilities. Because with Ailish and Buki, we technically have 3 party members, because we also have Buki's Ocelot the Wolf, who does damage proportional to Buki's essence. And since you want to keep your essence up pretty high, so that way when you use skills to A, slow down time to better reorient yourself in the midst of the battle, and B, do extra damage to enemies, you want to have it high, you know, especially for your mages like Elko and Ailish. So you shouldn't have too many problems with the part. However, if you're like me and you didn't beat any of the side quests beforehand, You didn't do any of the grinding off screen. You didn't do any of the back and forth to find hidden items and weapons. You just went straight from point to point. This part can be a little bit tough because you're relying purely on the level up that you got, just going through the main storyline, you know, and doing the encounters that you're going to get purely on the way to and from your main story objectives. It's going to be a pain. And another thing about the game is that since, you know, you have basically your arenas, the game, I believe, only does encounters depending on how fast they can load them in. So the more characters you have on screen at once, the less likely it's going to load in an encounter. You can trick this by, you know, getting characters stuck on level geometry before you reach the other end of the area. So it helps out in that respect. But, you know, it is what it is.
This is as far north as anyone from my tribe has ever traveled.
It is further than I have been without a guard, too.
We are bound to each other now. I will be your guard.
And once again, another fairly innocent line that, if released nowadays, would have definitely been read as, "Hey, Tao, take a backseat. Buki's in love with the primitive." So yeah. Now in this area, you know, you can get some free goodies if you know where to look. There might be a chest here. I don't remember. A lot of the stuff in the scrapyard is essentially just, you know, in-game assets and stuff.
Despite your title, Princess, you're not as meek as many human women.
Well, I guess I am learning from you, Buki, but I'm no Shadani warrior yet.
There's another one. There's another line right there. With the, wasn't even going with the... a weird lord. You've already fought 4 of these things already. But yeah, once again, going with the meek woman thing. Yeah, speaking of things that probably would not have done well today, that would have been received differently today. Yeah, so if you are playing this game the way that I played it, you're going to get to this part. This is going to be your first encounter with a weird lord. You're not going to know how to fight this thing, and it is going to whoop your butt. And I mean that. I got my butt kicked repeatedly on this particular stretch of particular stretch of the game for a good minute, because I didn't understand how to best you know, combo and whatnot. I didn't have very high levels. I didn't understand, you know, how to better manage my skills and stuff. And this weird lord just kicked my butt. It was not a fun time. I think I was stuck on this part for a good 20 to 30 minutes before I finally just cheesed the boss by just spamming Ailish's Blaze Ball for a good half an hour. Oh, wait a minute. I'm about to walk past. Here it is. A little opening in this cliff here. I thought, yeah, that's right. That's right. That tricked me the first time too. Still does. If you come back here and you climb up this, you're going to come to... almost there. Gonna come to a little secret here that, admittedly, I completely skipped a couple of times. Even before I finally, you know, did a 100% run where I did the side missions, the side quests. Even before I did the missions at the side quest, I found this by complete accident. These are one of Buki's weapons. of jumped the gun there, but yeah, this is one of Buki's weapons, the Vishnega. Which, if you say that the wrong way, could get you into serious trouble around people like me. Black people. Like Eggman Nega. Like Sega. You really should have thought about the wording of that. I get it. Japanese company, they probably weren't thinking about this. Probably thought, well, this might be a cool name for this evil Eggman. But if you have a lisp or a speech impediment, suddenly that cool nickname turns into something much more, let's see here. I don't want a skill salve. I want a, where is it? There we go, skill ointment. Let's go ahead and get Buki's skills back up a little bit. And I want to show you that that weapon in a second here, because it's actually a pretty okay weapon. And as an instance of breaking the mold, did a bullet pelt there. Here we are. The Veshnega has 10 strength, 15 critical. It is better than our Pathos, all things considered. It's actually a pretty average weapon, and it gives slow to the enemy. Vishkanega. Okay. These claws inflict a short-lived slow on enemies, and have a very high chance of causing critical hits. Maintaining unearthly cold temperatures, the crystalline blades quickly freeze any unfortunate foe who's caught in their path. So basically, it freezes your enemy solid. Not a bad weapon. All things considered. But what we really want to do is not here. I think that's for something else entirely. I think we want to go right. Okay, so here's how this works. You see, the bridge is out. And we have to, do some things to get it open. You see, the game helpfully pans down, lets you know, hey, you climb down this Buki area, and you hit this button. And as you walk up to the bridge, you see that the button has been dispelled, so Ailish would need to respell it. So that's it, right? No, that's wrong entirely. She would have to.
That is only half of the bridge. There must be another switch somewhere.
So yeah, and each character that play as Buki or Ailish will say something about the switch, something about the bridge being reactivated. But what we really want to do is we want to come down here. And this is for one reason only. In here is an ego chest. Now remember in the opening of the episode when I said we're not going to worry about that cat totem? That's because
what do we get for our trouble and strife?
We have the final cat totem. Got 100 florins. We have the final cat totem for Buki to get her ultimate weapon. So what we're going to do, we're going to marble shot, not bad. What we're going to do is we're going to detour back to Shidanimo and grab that weapon. Because trust me, you're going to want it for the upcoming sections. Okay? As a matter of fact, if you've been keeping track with the guide as it stands now, you're going to be coming up on quite a few ultimate weapons coming up pretty soon. So, I'm going to cut to Shidanimo and then cut back. And here we are at the Way Shrine to Mo. You have 2 totems to offer. You received an orb. An orb of power. So that's going to Buki. Quest completed. The ultimate weapon of strength has been added to your inventory. And we gotta level up for that. So, first things first. We got an Orb of Power, so that's gonna go straight to Buki. We gotta level up. That's just Buki. Let's go ahead and up her power. Right? We're gonna up her power to 10. Not 10, it's not 10. We're gonna up her power to 70. So she's pretty powerful right now. And let's go ahead and give her an Orb of Sanctuary. Just to bring her up one more. Oh, this orb holds a sort of a mighty weird. Let's do a hold off on that right now. And now we got Stay Second. This thing has 30 strength, 40 crit, and 3 circle room slots. This is Buki's best weapon in the game, and having it now is a godsend. Stay Second. These extremely powerful claws are capable of causing critical hits on almost every other blow. Named after their creator, the famous sculptor Stasican, who worked on the Shidani Temple, these jet black claws are his finest work. Many claim the claw's sharpness is really due to the sculptor's soul, which remained in the weapons even after his death. Dang. So my question is, how does that tie back to Mo? Anyway, cutting! Can I just say, having these claws makes backtracking so much easier. Like, as you can see, like, a lot of these enemies, I'm like 3-shotting, you know? Assuming I can even connect. And with Ailish's Batholith weapon, even if I do miss one, I'm pretty much doing so much damage that when she does her AoE attacks, it's gonna mess him up. It's gonna mess him up. So yeah. And granted, those were weaker enemies, so it's to be expected that I'm gonna do a lot of damage. I mean, Buki's strength is at 70. This thing has 60 strength on top of that, and a 40% crit chance. Okay? Just saying. Just saying. Also, the trader we just walked by is as far as I know, the best trader in the game, for the sheer fact that he offers, like, every trader has a specialty. We have our gem trader, our scale trader, and our fur trader. This guy will buy all the items that they buy at the rate they buy them. So you can use him to get some extra cash if you have some stuff lying around. We're not going to do that right now. Right now we're going to keep on going. You have to wonder how Tal and Elk are going to get through here when they needed Ailish to literally open up reconnect one of the bridges. Just saying. Okay, so this encounter is not too difficult. It's scripted. It's always going to be the same enemies. Oh, they critted me. And once again, if you hadn't done what I had done up until this point, and just went straight to the main game, this encounter will give you problems because these two Arcanites are, they block like crazy, and they hit like a truck.
You've grown strong under the guidance of my servant Olivites. Hear her song now, and know that she walks at your side. The age of unity has begun. When the time comes, you will be ready.
Olivetess. She is deep within me.
Ailish, the gods do not waste time on idle chatter. We are chosen.
And just as Buki was the first to get her ultimate weapon, Ailish is the first to get all of her skill strikes. And before we do that, we're just gonna go ahead and save. Just be on the safe side. And her seraphitic armor. So I will be honest with you, I kind of go back and forth with Ailish's final armor design. We'll save that for next time. We'll save that for next time because we're pretty much at time. But I want to write off this armor real fast and then, call it apart. Seraphitic armor. Used before an attack, requested suits of body armor to protect her and her daughter. This is one of the first prototypes. Once again, some of the items and weapons you get from Tetsu and from the champions don't make a lot of sense when you read the description. But we'll get into that next time. For now, I've been Anansi. You've been awesome. I'll catch you later.